beloved. Welcome in. Today is Luxe Workshop, dear. Yay! Every Saturday, I bring you all on the journey with me to stewarding the new love oracle world. All right, here through our estate living, dearie. You're so welcome in this space. This is my first ever late night. But look, we are in the workshop in the wee hours many a night. So you're welcome here. All right. And before I get started and ahead of myself, dear, I want to get into the win of the day. Win of the day is a space that we share together to get creative in how we celebrate ourselves, dear. No win too big or small, but the more creative the win, the funner. Yeah. All right, sorry, I'm playing with the visual. I would rather my hands be blurry than the map, dearie. So let me know your win in the comments, all right? No win too big or small, okay? And the first person to share their win on this video gets a special prayer on the house. Dearie, my win today is that I got laundry done. Ooh! Not just done, but put up in a way. All right, and we're still going. So, this week was pretty fun and exciting. I had the opportunity to go on a shopping trip with my sister. My sister actually is an architect, and she loves Legos. We built these sunflowers together pretty recently, and it wasn't for the channel at all. It was literally just like some time to spend together, and it was my first time ever building Legos, if you could believe it or not. There's a lot of backstory behind it, but I haven't had the patience before. So I actually couldn't believe how engaging and special it was. My sister gifted the flowers to the house, to the estate, and they just naturally found their own lived-in use time and time again here on our workshop bench, dearie, as a permanent installation with our golden hand scissors and our green cloth here. So I bring my sister up today because we went on a shopping trip to IKEA. If you know, you know, Cali babies. IKEA is a furniture and showroom shop, all right? And so the adventure begins. I wanted to show you guys some of my sister's recent sketches because she works so hard in her field. Baby, I was talking about that patience. That's something I do not have, honey. Do you see this? And let me tell you something. These architects, they do everything to scale, baby. And nobody knows a pencil and an eraser like them, okay? This is another recent one. This was like midterms, if not finals. So beautiful. I'm just mesmerized by the process. Wait, is this actually the same project? Not quite, but a lot of work, a lot of intentional work around the same kind of practice. All right, they're beating it into her. Okay, so here's me and my sister. Luxe Workshop came a little late this week, and I made a little community post just to update you guys using this. We started here. Let me go backwards though. Look, the little IKEA logo is in the back here. Okay, so the thing about IKEA is it's a 2-story, like I said, showroom and furniture shop. The bottom level is pure furniture and home goods, right? The top floor is the showroom where there's literal rooms, live rooms like this, showcased rooms, furniture and floor plan, right? Okay, so I'm just here with my sister. She was here for some more intentional shopping than me, but I just, had the inspiration to go work the eye of the design and just go along for the trip. And so the thing about IKEA, baby, is once you get into that showroom upstairs, there's somebody literally waiting at the door and they tell you, follow the arrows. More like, follow the arrows. Boom, there it is. Okay, follow the arrows, bro. We got lost anyway. I never been to IKEA and I get lost and I forget they talk about them arrows. Okay, anyway. So, dear beloved, as we went to IKEA to follow the arrows keep us moving. They carry us forward. It's simple, quiet enough to carry us forward. Small enough, right? The arrow on the floor all the way through the showroom. Okay? So the arrows keep us moving, but the delight makes us stop and notice, dear. Am I right? So this is a room that we both stopped in. The colors, the lighting, the openness. I only got this one photo, but this is just a mirror on the wall. It's so freaking cute in there. All right, dear. So the delight makes us stop and notice. And I just want to disclaim that every shopper is unique, right? So I prepared a little something for us to go through some of the highlights of the IKEA field test. All right. I went in and I didn't purchase a single thing. I had no plans or no power, if you know what I'm saying, to purchase a thing anyway. Okay. So as I noticed, so many things just stopped me. I took more photos. I lived in it. I practiced. I imagined the estate ordinarily as it is and not something else it needs to be to fit into this imagining, right? So I have this scorecard for a little game for us to play. I'm going to go through some visuals of some of the things that made me stop during this field test and this shopping trip. And after the end, or at the end of the wardrobe, I'll do my quick scoring, but you feel free to play along as you please, dear. Keep in mind, I'm scoring based on things belonging and already lived in estate potential. All right, we learned in the last episode of Hold the Delight, and even the one before that, what makes a piece belong in the estate or in an estate collection, that things are already providing ordinary lived in use. So we got to make it make sense, folks. All right. If I brought up my observation test where, sometimes things get screenshots. I'm a very visual person. All right. So things get screenshots. And I hold that until I'm ready to move forward, until the screenshot has been enough to meaningfully fully carry me forward into a purchase or an expansion of a collection, okay? So the delight is what makes us stop, all right? And we hold the delight as long as it holds us. We don't hold the delight hostage, and holding the light is not a homework assignment. Okay, dear. So the delights mean, yeah, you feel me? Check that out. The belong means, for me, it has this lived in estate potential. And this witness means observe further or keep looking. All right, just keep watching it. No decision made yet. All right, dearie. So I'll put that here to get us started. And do stay tuned. We have a couple of two more small activities to tie the full episode together, which ends with a card pull where we follow the arrows. Okay. So we're starting with our coat rack. 1 of 5. 1 of 5 delights on this field trip that made me stop. Look, dear, it's tasteful. I'm not going to talk too much. We're just going to go through the photos and then we'll score and talk a little more later. But it gives what I like. It gives body. It has strength. It has a voice without needing to be loud, I like things with body. Okay. I could see me hanging all type of. All right. But the thing for me is it's pitch black. I don't know where that would belong. Here's a kitchen. It's open once again, airy, available, spacious. Look at all of this lived in storage potential, baby. The estate life needs storage, books. We like things organized, all right? So we can access them through the seasonal shifts, ins and outs, and exchanges, right? Okay, so I love the brown. I love the wood. I love the brown with the white. And it makes me think of some of the stone white are already carried in the estate. Um, it fits. There's a whole nother like living room section, baby. It was so poo. Nothing for me over there, okay? Okay, so now we have those two things made me stop. Coat rack in this kitchen, right? So a couple of other things did make me stop, but I actually started to hear more of the kind of witnessing in my mind as I observed. Starting here, 3 out of 5 delights is this patio setup. Now, if you look at the kitchen and you look at the patio and we zoom back out at the larger estate living, I think there is some lived in potential for something like this, maybe in or around like our garden setup, you know? That's what I wanted to kind of talk with y'all about too, is like, if this thing does belong, because I'm sort of convinced it does. It's a little tough to show like my photo and the map, but thank y'all for trying with me and being present. I could just see it somewhere all up in here, you know, in the in-betweens that we love. Maybe up in there, it feels quiet in that zone. Even though, girl, that tree right there going stupid to me. I want to sit underneath it and share space there. So it's making me think about sharing, taking more care of others in the space. And then there's just that lived in touch of, hold on, Bookie, come back to, oh, I'm tapping the screen. Y'all know I'm not techie. There's this lived in off-white. You feel me? And I likes that I didn't have to go doing a whole bunch of extra styling my own self to begin with, because we like style. We like function over style, function over fashion in the ordinary estate living, beloved. Okay. I could see this thing all up just many places. Okay. I don't know. It has potential though. All right, dearie. So now I have this console. I'm going to show y'all a few photos of it because books, these doors are sliding. I love that. I love how much storage potential this already was set up on it. Baby, I had to get lived in it. I put my up on it to see what it was giving, books. And it's giving. It's making me stop and think about where it could belong into the estate. And not only what could belong, but where it could belong, but what could belong in it. What fits here? What suits it, you know? I could see books. That was the first thing that came to mind. Even though I don't have a ton of books at the estate as of now, but seasonal installations on the top, absolutely. Potential vase storage, absolutely. Actual, a literal, another potential like Luxe Workshop production cart and storage space for my materials, more so specifically for the episodes I shoot for you all. Type, you feel me? So, hey, I had to see something because I learned something, beloved. When you put your skin tone next to anything, you get a better sense of how naturally lived in it is for you, dearie. So that's the console. I love that thing. All right. It totally belongs in the kind of craft and living that the estate already claims. All right. So we have a last but not least, which is this wardrobe. Yeah. Dear beloved, this thing gigantic. Next time I go to IKEA, I'm gonna bring a measuring tape, babe. But I do believe this thing was like 13 feet high. Um, 13. 13 is probably too high. Maybe like somewhere, it has to be somewhere probably between like 9 and 11. But if this month went up to 13, that would be epic storage proportions, bro. Literally. Okay. This actually, I was so excited. Mind y'all, we took these photos in the original pink room that me and my sister loved together. One of the rooms. I bust that thing open. It was fully closed. I had to see what it was really giving within, dear. Okay, so turns out this actual thing here, this full installation, this alcove is an optional additional installation insert. It costs an extra $140, which, baby, for me, do you see the lived in potential, baby? Do you see the potential seasonal arrangements and shifts? All right. In addition to the functional aspect, I forgot to get photos closed, so I went and found one online for y'all on IKEA, because here's what I love. It disappears into the room. Much of the estate ordinary life is this parchment tone, right? Off-white, eggshell, paper. All right, but this white, it is so quiet. It doesn't make a fuss. And bro, look at the spotlights that they add. Girl. This month right here, it seems as though it's so functional to the point that you could modularize that thing. It's giving Minecraft. And I could make a whole wall. Or if I wanted to, a whole room of 4 walls. Okay. Giving a full-blown showcase. This has the potential for showcase at the estate. This actually gives us room for expansion and growth when we're faithfully carried to it. All right. That's something beautiful, and I look forward to it, dear. So we have gone through our things, right? The coat rack. I can't show y'all again. It's just going to take too much time. We have our coat rack, kitchen, that outdoor patio, the console, and the wardrobe. So I'm going to do a quick score up, baby, of what's delighting me, made me stop, what definitely belongs and has that visual lived in estate potential and function over fashion, versus the witness, which is look closer, observe further. Coat rack. I would say it is a witness further as opposed to a full belong. The function's there, but the color. Okay. The kitchen. I like it. You cannot just claim a whole kitchen at once. That kitchen didn't say claim me. Okay. So it just made me stop. It gave me something to think about, boo. Patio. I like it. I don't think I have to fight that patio set. And that's what I like. And that's why I think it could belong. It's simple enough to move forward with. The console. Oh, yes, baby. Look, I like it. But I think I want it too. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And then the wardrobe. By the time I made it to the wardrobe, I realized how much I love a Southern charm and comfort. Southern living was made expansive and functional and ordinary through that beautiful wardrobe system, dear. So, out of maturity and responsibility for the stewardship of the Oracle world and estate living, I'm going to witness the wardrobe further. It's too big of a purchase to decide it belongs already. But she's a baddie. Okay. Dearie, I can't wait to hear from y'all. If y'all have some scores for your own living or Oracle world estate vibes, let me know down in the comments, okay? So we followed the arrows. Me and my sister got lost multiple times. Can't make it up, bro. And I happen to have this Oracle spread that I built in inspiration of my actual deck of cards here. And this is the spread. What's most influencing the situation to what should be recognized, and then what movement is becoming available. This is a nice way to carry us forward when maybe there's too many steps you could take potential, or maybe the first step is too heavy weight, all right, to be small enough to quietly, simply, easily carry us forward. So let's use this spread today, dearie, to go ahead. How about I do something that we can actually see, huh? Let's use this spread today to go ahead and get a little bit of a faithful movement forward, all right? Ooh, that almost works. God bless us all. All right, dearie. So let's follow the arrows using the cards, the draft cards that we have. I feel like we're going to be able to meet something new today. Dear beloved, what's most influencing situations now? Okay, the good life. Wow. But then I have pregame that popped out with it. So it's telling me what's influencing situations right now, beloved, is the future forward focus. You have your eyes on a prize. I would say that you were already here if pregame hadn't came out with it. So you got your eyes on the prize. What should be recognized and worked with or understood for the current situation? What wants attention? Okay. A tough crowd. Oh, wow. This kind of reminds me of the field test and the furniture and installations. Like, things take time to move. Even with a good idea or good spirit or instinct, we have to have like practical reasoning and functioning. Like, you got to work with reality, baby. What's actually at the table, books. So instead of focusing too much on the card kind of saying no or challenging you, it's the simple fact of engaging what's currently around and already participating. Okay? Because I'm thinking with the lackluster, you've done enough, read the room clearly. There's something a little more useful, all right, than we seen. Dairy, what is a movement becoming available? A easy step to carry forward with. Oh, I love this. Bark, no bites. Notice noise, seeking attention, and step back. The likely next step is to get quieter. Don't look for approval. Don't second guess. Don't need to look back and check on learning. You know, dearie. And with this content to start us with in the pregame, as well as this unmovement, tough crowd, it's like you have the chance to quietly make a choice that's confident regardless of the circumstances surrounding it, baby. You have the potential to quietly squeeze lemonade out of lemons, good, bad, or plain. Dearie, I love you and thank you so much for being here in this space, okay? Let me know what you think of the content, especially your wins of the day, honey. See you soon. Bye.